FAA News.
The story in Dallas that's grabbed America's attention.
An innocent man minding his own business in his own home, shot and killed by a Dallas police officer.
The 4-year veteran of the police department was seen in video that's been circulating quite a bit, purportedly showing her in the moments after she shot Jean inside his house.
Come clean. Give me justice for my son. My son's life matters.
He is killing 26-year-old Botham John in his own apartment.
This family cannot rest until justice is served, and this offender is punished to the fullest extent of the law.
Today, Amber Guyger was fired 18 days after the death of Botham Jean.
What's his name? Botham Jean. What's his name? Botham Jean.
Not satisfied that we have all the answers. And the number one answer that I want is, what happened?
Get up, man.
Dallas 911, this is Carla. Where's your emergency?
Hi, this is an off-duty officer. I need EMS. I'm in number.
What's your address? Do you need police as well or just EMS?
Yes, I need both.
Okay, what's the address?
I'm at apartment number 1478. I'm in 1478.
And what's the address there?
It's 1210 South Lamar, 1478. Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm an off-duty officer. I thought it was in my apartment, and I shot a guy thinking it was my apartment.
He shot someone?
Yes, I thought it was my apartment.
Amber Guyger was a police officer sworn to protect, but instead, she became a murderer. In this story, we'll explore how this trusted cop went from serving her community to committing a heinous crime, killing an innocent man in his own home. We'll take you through the chilling details of the crime, the investigation that led to her capture, the punishment she received, and the fallout that still haunts Dallas. Her story is one of betrayal, justice, and a haunting reminder that even those sworn to protect us can turn into killers. Amber Renee Guyger was born on August 9, 1988, in Arlington, Texas, to a middle-class family. Her father, a Navy veteran, and her mother, a real estate agent, raised her in a quiet suburb. Amber was ambitious, eager to build a career that earned respect and helped people. She saw police work as her calling, a way to serve her community and gain authority. In 2013, at age 25, she joined the Dallas Police Department, DPD, excited by the badge's power and a steady $56,000 yearly salary. She moved into a modern apartment at Southside Flats, just 2 blocks from DPD headquarters. Her co-workers praised her hard work and dedication, noting her eagerness to tackle tough tasks. Amber wanted to prove she could succeed in a job dominated by men, starting strong with a focus on protecting Dallas. But the long hours and stress of policing were waiting to challenge her. The job's demands would soon test her limits, setting the stage for a mistake that would change lives forever. Amber's dream was to make a difference, but the weight of her role was already looming. By 2018, Amber had been a Dallas police officer for 4 years, working in the Cedars, a tough area with frequent robberies and drug deals. Dallas was a city of contrasts with shiny skyscrapers and dangerous streets. The DPD struggled with too few officers and public distrust, fueled by national police shootings like Philando Castile's in 2016. Amber's job in the Southeast Patrol Division meant 13-hour shifts, wearing a heavy vest and carrying a Glock 22. She handled 911 calls, chased suspects, and calmed tense situations. Her bosses liked her effort but saw she sometimes forgot rules or seemed unsure in high-pressure moments. The city's crime and the job's intensity made every day hard. Amber took pride in her badge, but the long hours wore her down, making it tough to stay focused. Her life as a cop was full of action, but the stress was building, ready to spill into a moment that would shake Dallas to its core. Amber's life wasn't just about work. She was caught up in an affair with Martin Rivera, a married officer. Their flirty, sometimes rude text messages distracted her from her job. She lived alone at Southside Flats, where her upstairs neighbor, Botham Jean, a 26-year-old black accountant from St. Lucia, led a calm life. He sang in church and helped his community, unlike Amber's messy personal life. Her co-workers said she seemed tired and snappy, worn out by long shifts and the need to prove herself among male officers. Her bosses warned her about burning out, noticing her tired eyes, but she kept going. The affair with Rivera pulled her attention away, with texts sent during work hours. Amber's dream of being a great cop was real, but the mix of job stress and personal drama clouded her focus. She struggled to balance her badge's duties with her own choices, and the cracks in her attention were starting to show, setting the stage for a terrible error. On September 6, 2018, Amber finished a 13-hour shift in the Cedars. Tired and texting Martin Rivera about weekend plans, she drove to Southside Flats. She parked on the 4th floor of the garage, one level above her usual 3rd floor, and didn't notice. Still in her uniform, she walked to apartment 1478, thinking it was hers. Inside, Botham Jean was eating ice cream and watching football. His door was slightly open from an earlier errand with a red doormat outside. Amber tried her key fob, which didn't work, but pushed the door open. In the dim light, she saw Botham's shadow and thought he was a burglar. She drew her Glock 22, shouted, "Drop it," and fired 2 shots, one hitting his chest, the other his arm. Botham fell, bleeding on the floor. Amber realized she was in the wrong apartment, her mind racing as the weight of her mistake hit her. The quiet night was about to turn into a tragedy that would change lives and spark anger across Dallas. Botham, Jean lay bleeding as Amber called 911, crying, "I thought it was my apartment." She tried CPR, but his pulse faded. Neighbors heard the shots at 10 p.m., calling police as the complex filled with panic. Paramedics rushed Botham to Baylor Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. Police swarmed Southside Flats, taking Amber's gun and questioning her. The scene was chaotic. Blood, bullet casings, and a stunned officer in uniform. Botham's apartment had no weapons, just ice cream and a TV. Amber kept saying it was a mistake, but the damage was done. Neighbors whispered in shock, some looking out their doors. The gunfire broke the quiet night and Dallas was on edge. Amber's badge, meant to protect, had led to a deadly error. The city braced for what would come next, as grief and anger began to spread. Botham's death was a spark that would ignite protests and questions about police in a community already tired of distrust. Police flooded Southside Flats that night, their flashlights sweeping the scene. Amber was detained, her 911 call repeating her claim of mistaking the apartment. She faced a manslaughter charge at first, but investigators dug deeper. They found she parked on the wrong floor, her key fob didn't work, and Botham's door was slightly open. Her phone showed texts with Martin Rivera, some mocking black co-workers, sent just before the shooting. Neighbors said they heard Amber knock, suggesting Botham open the door politely. His apartment had no threat, just ice cream and a TV. Protests grew, with people chanting for justice in a city fed up with police shootings. On September 9, 2018, the Dallas County DA changed the charge to murder after a grand jury review. Amber was freed on $300,000 bond, sticking to her story of a mistake. But evidence, like her training to calm situations and the lack of danger, weakened her defense. The investigation showed a distracted officer, and Dallas demanded answers for a life lost. By September 2019, Amber's murder trial was a major event in Dallas. The city was split, with many angry over police actions after years of shootings. The Dallas County Courthouse was packed with reporters and protesters holding "Justice for Botham" signs. Prosecutors planned to show Amber was careless, missing signs like Botham's red doormat, and her rude texts hinted at bias. Her lawyers said it was a mistake from being tired after a long shift, planning to use experts on police stress. Botham's family, including his mom, Allison, wanted justice, saying the case tested police accountability. Ex-posts exploded, some calling Amber a killer, others defending her. The police department got heat for letting officers work too much. Picking a jury was tough in a city that was 60% white and 24% black, with worries about fairness. The trial, set for September 23, 2019, was more than about one cop. It was about trust in police and fairness in Dallas. The trial started on September 23, 2019, with Judge Tammy Kemp in charge. The courtroom was full with cameras rolling. Prosecutors showed bullet casings, video of Amber on the wrong floor, and her texts, including one mocking Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Neighbors said they heard a knock, meaning Botham likely opened his door, not acting dangerous. Amber's 911 call was played, her voice shaky. She testified, crying, saying she was scared and tired from her 13-hour shift. Her lawyers said stress made her see things wrong, pointing to her clean record. But prosecutors asked why she missed clear signs and didn't try to calm things down like she was trained. Botham's brother, Brandt, spoke about his kindness, making jurors cry. Dallas watched, divided, with protests outside and ex-posts arguing online. After 2 weeks, on October 1st, the jury took 6 hours to find Amber guilty of murder, not manslaughter, a decision that shocked the city and set the stage for sentencing. On October 2, 2019, Judge Tammy Kemp sentenced Amber to 10 years in prison at FMC Carswell, with parole possible after 5 years. Many expected a tougher punishment, and the courtroom gasped. Botham's mom, Allison, cried, holding her family while Brandt hugged Amber, forgiving her, a moment that went viral but didn't stop the anger. Protests grew, with signs saying, 10 years for a life, and ex-posts calling the sentence unfair, pointing to race issues. Amber's appeal in 2021 failed, keeping her guilty. In 2024, a civil suit gave Botham's family $98.65 million, but Amber couldn't pay it. She was denied parole in October 2024, staying in prison until at least 2029. Dallas stayed upset, with protests blaming the system for protecting cops. The police department added new training, but trust was still low. Botham's death left a mark, with his family pushing for change and the city struggling to heal from a cop's deadly mistake. At FMC Carswell, Amber lives in a small cell with a metal bed and concrete walls. As a well-known ex-cop, she's under tight security, getting food through a slot and 1 hour outside alone each day. She stays quiet, reading books and avoiding trouble, with few family visits. Her affair with Martin Rivera ended, leaving her isolated. Botham's family started the Botham Jean Foundation to push for better police training. Dallas named a street Botham Jean Boulevard, and protests mark the shooting every year. Amber's case is taught in police schools to warn about stress and bias. She says she's sorry but still calls it a mistake, not fully addressing her rude texts. Her fall from cop to prisoner shows how one bad choice can ruin lives. Dallas remains hurt, with ex-posts keeping Botham's name alive. The fight for justice continues, as Amber's story warns of the dangers of a distracted cop, leaving a city searching for healing and change. And so, the story of Amber Guyger ends not with resolution, but with lingering questions. A young woman who dreamed of protecting her city became a symbol of its deepest wounds. Her tragic mistake took Botham Jean's life, leaving a family grieving, a community divided, and a nation grappling with issues of trust, race, and accountability in policing. From the streets of Dallas to a prison cell in Fort Worth, Amber's journey shows how quickly a protector's badge can turn into a mark of betrayal. The Botham Jean Foundation carries on, turning pain into purpose, while Dallas still searches for healing. This story reminds us that one moment can change everything, and the fight for justice never truly ends. If this story moved you, please subscribe to our channel for more stories that spark thought and conversation. Your support keeps us telling the stories that matter.